This is Leah with Backyard Homestead in Starkville, Mississippi, Zone 7B, and it is another lovely day. We haven't seen sun in probably about a month, but it's not rain. It was raining this morning, but we have about a 3-hour window, and it's not supposed to start raining again till noon. So I'm going to come out and show you guys what is going on in the garden. But first, I need to do this. I am putting on Alan's boots, and you will see why in just a second. Alan has huge feet. Alright, now I'm ready to walk in the yard. These are our stepping stones. They're usually high and dry and lovely. This is the brick path we have around the garden, completely submerged. You can't even see the bricks. This is where we come to make our way out to feed the quail in the morning. We take you along this. The lovely covering that we have on the garden is wonderful for holding in moisture during the summer and preventing weeds, but in the winter it's also really good for holding in moisture. So nothing's drying out very well. But we've had an incredible amount of rain. I mean, an insane amount of rain. This is the second wettest year in history. We had a huge flood. People from Mississippi probably remember the Easter flood. I think it was 1976. That's the wettest year in history in Mississippi, and this is the second wettest year. So everything is just underwater. So making our way around. The poor chickens are swimming. We got out and mucked the chickens the other day and scraped off all this top that was saturated. So now they have a few little dry places to go, but we're having to get out and scrape off the top layer about every day so they have a place to go. And this is the area under the quail, and it's just underwater. We got out yesterday and scraped this out and mucked this out, raked it out, and had it dry, and it's just completely saturated again. So I guess it's part of it. It's just a really, really wet winter. I think part of the contributing factor to this area being so wet too, I know I've fussed about when the city came and replaced the sewer pipe, and they just left us, they left a mess. They left a mess all the way up. Let me carry you over here and show you the neighbor's yard. They came and replaced, this is our neighbor's yard, and they replaced the sewer main all the way up, but you can see, I hope you can see from this video, I mean, they have a pond in their yard. It's just a lake. It can't drain because now there's this huge hump of dirt, that none of the water can escape, and since it's the second wettest year in history, there's a lot of water to be trapped. So, just a mucky mess. The pond is overflowing. The fish are still fine, so all's well. I'm just fussing a little. But now I'll show you some positive things, some pretty things going on. This is the area behind our shed that's usually dry. Woo! Yeah, I'm not going any farther. I don't want to come over the top of the boots, the top of the laces, but it is just holding water. And we got out yesterday and redug the trench to hopefully let some of the water drain, but out where the water is supposed to drain to the street, I'll carry down, there's nowhere for the water to go because it's pooled in the street. Everything's just saturated. There's nowhere for the water to go. So, I mean, it is what it is. We'll just suck it up until it dries up, but it's crazy. Let me go ahead and show you the bok choy while I'm back here. This is the volunteer bok choy we've had going, and it is looking really pretty. And we didn't plant this, it just came up from volunteer, but it's healthy and gorgeous. I'm about to go to seed. That kind of pretty little shot of green back here. Okay, this is our pear tree, and under the pear tree we have a ring of black seeded Simpson lettuce planted, and it's doing well. It's probably big enough to pick us some for a salad very soon. We have a little row of carrots behind that are doing well now. Back here our multiplying onions are still doing great. And we have herbs planted over here under this plum tree. And plum tree's got a little bird nest in it. Old bird nest. Anyway, we have rosemary and I believe oregano. Either oregano or thyme. Over there. Walk around. This is the fence that we had cucumbers on, and we planted sugar snap peas, and there's some still growing out front. We may try to train those up onto the fence, but some got eaten a little bit by our squirrel friends. I'll show you the other side of that fence. This side of the fence we have a good row of Siberian kale, and it's looking healthy and nice. Right here beside that, we have a double row of carrots that are starting to do really well. Over here is where we put what we mucked out of the chicken run the other day. So we need to get out here when it dries out a little bit and spread that out. This is a partial row of collard greens. And this is a partial row of broadleaf, tender green mustards. And this row is bok choy. We have Lola Rosa lettuce growing here, and red romaine lettuce growing here, and a little bit of black seeded Simpson growing up here. The pots on the patio, this is black seeded Simpson. We have carrots planted in these, this one, and this one, but they haven't come up yet. Ginger in this one, nothing's up. This is more red romaine lettuce, and more Lola Rosa lettuce over here. In this row we have a double row, well it's a triple row actually, both the outside rows, that row and that row are turnip greens, and then a row of carrots down the middle. On the other side, these are our strawberry bed, and they are about ready to bed down for the winter. So the next time we chop the leaves in the yard, we're going to cover these up good, do a good deep mulch on them. They're looking happy and healthy. And over here in this little side area, we have just planted and just starting to come up mustard greens. You can just see them starting to come up. A good little stand of them. This is turnip greens, and they are just starting to come up. Over here is rape, and it is just starting to come up. Looks like a good stand though. And here are radishes. Got a good little stand of those. I'm eager to have some fresh radishes. Then over here we have planted garlic, and it's coming up nicely. Got 4 rows in this wide row, and then in this row is a triple row. And got a good stand coming up. So eager to see. Our garlic did really, really well last year, so I'm hoping it shows that again this year. And let's see, we have, this is the Kamatsuma, and I hope I'm saying that right, but it's the Japanese mustards. And I saw another catalog that said Japanese spinach, but Japanese greens anyway. And in the blocks we have more spinach planted, but I don't see any of it up yet. Maybe that might be one. I don't think so though. Yeah, it may be. Here's some. Never mind. I see a little bit of it up. So spinach in the blocks, Japanese mustard greens behind, and we mulched over the top of where the asparagus is just to mulch it in and keep it warm for the winter and fertilize it. Okay, and these are our flats we have started ready to set out. This is Chinese cabbage or Hilton cabbage on this side. This side is Swiss chard. This side of this one is red Russian kale. That's some more broccoli from where we'd started some more because all of our other broccoli plants were eaten by the squirrels. And then we have 3 flats of spinach. All of these 3 last flats are spinach. So got plants ready to set out. Looking for a day for it to dry out a little bit to get out and set it out, but we may just have to get out and do it in the rain one day. And that's about it. There's one other thing I wanted to show you. These are black walnuts. My parents have black walnut trees, and when I went down to visit during the holidays, they don't eat them. Mom doesn't like them. Dad doesn't want to fool with them, so he said I could have them if I was willing to pick them up. And he got out and helped me pick them up. So we got out and picked all of these black walnuts, and this is I think it's a 55-gallon tub, and it's almost full. So I've got them in here to dry. So I'm going to come out about once a week and just stir them until they're good and dry, and so where all the ones at the bottom can get aired. And as they dry, this outer hull fluffs off, and then I'll be able to get in there, and once they're good and dry, I'll be able to crack it. And I love the taste of the black walnut meat. It's hard to get into. You have to, the way I get into it, I just use a hammer, just smash them with a hammer, and then you have to just pick the meat out. But it's a lot of work, but they're really, really good. So I'm kind of pleased with this little bonus haul this year. So as I go through and do this, when I get ready to turn them, I'll come out and show you what I do to take them and get them dry and get all this outer shell off before you even worry about trying to crack them. You got to get all this stuff off of them first. So, but anyway, that's kind of a fun bonus haul this Christmas season. And I guess that's it. That's about all in the garden. Maybe it'll dry out and I'll be able to get something planted and show you before next time. But that's all for now. Thanks for watching.